You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, ladies and gays. This is the Real Pineapple. This is your humble host, Hunter here. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. I've got a review for a new indie offering in Under the Burning Sun, which is directed by Yun Xie, who you know from directing several short films, including The Strippers, Pier, Las Vegas, and The Still Life. So this movie in particular, fortunately and unfortunately, is actually quite timely and quite relevant in the world that we're living in. This film goes ahead and follows our main character, who's played by Stephanie Pardi, who has no real acting credits. She has a couple shorts, but this is her big debut. So I just gotta say right out the box, congratulations to her, but also goddamn, what a fucking debut. So obviously, credit has to go to the director for not just directing but for writing this. But we're following Mwanza. We're following her. We find out that she is pregnant and she's living in this world. You never know where this is. It's a fictionalized version of our world. I say fictionalized, I put that in quotes, because this is a world where abortion is outlawed, which, you know what, I'm not even going to say it out loud, not putting it in the universe, but y'all know. So she is really struggling with the fact that, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I don't want to go through this. And so she finds out about this place where she can go ahead and potentially get an abortion. We find out she's 3 months along. She's 12 weeks. And so she actually goes to her local hospital and says, or what the equivalent of Planned Parenthood would be, and says, I'm pregnant. I want to have an abortion. And not only do they say, get the fuck out, the guy whose job it is to actually go ahead and perform the abortion literally runs out of the clinic, gets into his car, and drives away. And I was just like, okay, so wow, A, fuck that guy. And two, again, when you look at some things that have been moving, this is a scenario that is already happening. And I know some people put their heads in the sand and go, it's not happening. It is happening. And the fact, not gonna talk about Trump. Anyways, but again, y'all know. So what I found really insane about this movie, again, is that this is Stephanie Pardi's first big time role, her first starring role, and she fucking knocks us out of the park. This is very heavy subject matter, quite frankly unpleasant subject matter, and she's in every scene in the film. She's in every single one, and she has to go ahead and convey this incredible range of emotions, where when we find out how she got pregnant, I won't give it away, but the actual editing in that scene, mixed with the score, is so haunting and so intense, but it's so incredibly well done by the director, which again, shout out to Yun Xie and just nailing that aspect. Two, I really dug the cinematography in this. It's very Mad Max. That's all I kept thinking. If you think about Mad Max, Fury Road meets the Royal Hotel. If y'all remember that movie that came out a couple years. No, it was last year. That's right, it was last year. Kitty Green's film. Very much in that vibe. If you haven't seen the Royal Hotel, I think if you did a double feature of both of these, that you would have some come to Jesus moments. Shout out to the Royal Hotel. It's an incredibly powerful film. But I absolutely loved, I loved her in this. I thought Stephanie Pardi did an incredible job. Two, one thing I really like, and it's a subtle thing, but as you watch the film, I think you'll pick up on it. Not one man in this film has their face shown. I think it's a very smart artistic choice, and it really does. You know how on social media there's been the whole, not even a conversation, but about why women would choose the bear instead of a guy. This movie really hammers that home, and the fact that these men are faceless, but it's a guy, who's having their face obscured, really goes ahead and lends credence to the fact that it could be any guy, and that is such a dark, disturbing way to look at it. But the way that the film goes ahead and presents it, it's incredibly, incredibly well done. Um, there's this point where she goes ahead and she's trying to go ahead and obviously abort have this abortion, but since the clinic throws her out, she goes ahead and ends up meeting up with this guy, and he just goes, all right, take these pills, and if you're not bleeding in 2 hours, they didn't work. And then as soon as she gives him the money, he goes, oh yeah, there's a chance that they just may not work, like, at all. I'm like, what the fuck did you give her then, asshole? Like, you're gonna take her money but not, but oh god, people, you're, some people can be so shitty, goddamn. But I love that sequence, and I love kind of the follow up on that. Again, not spoiling anything. The name of the place she's trying to go is I think it's Iropus, is I believe is how you say it. And the movie makes this, and again, I don't want to give too much away, but one of the statements that this movie makes is where Mwanza's talking to this nun, and she's in the nun's like, oh, where are you off to? And she goes, oh yeah, I'm on my way to Iropus, and the nun just goes right into judgment mode, because she like looks at her and it's like, oh, why are you trying to go there? Like, I mean, she knows why she's trying to go there, obviously, but then goes, you will find no God there. And without missing a beat, Mwanza goes, oh God, the man who made Mary pregnant without permission. And it's one of those things where I went, oh. It's one of those moments that I know is gonna piss so many people off, but it is such a true like, look, you're talking to someone who grew up in church. You're talking to someone who at a point was gonna be a youth pastor. That is a part of the story that people really like to gloss over, or they go ahead and spin it in the way of, God anointed Mary. That's the term that's used quite often. Is God anointed Mary to carry the Son of God, and you go, call it whatever it is, call it whatever you want, like spin it however you want. She didn't ask for this, literally and figuratively did not ask for this. And it's a statement that, again, I know is going to piss people off, and I can already hear, people trying to be like, oh my God, that's a ridiculous statement. She's 1,000% correct. Like, you whether you like it or not, she's 1,000% correct. And it's one of those things where I just went, okay, like I actually bumped it up just off that line alone, because that is a brave ass line to go ahead and say. This really does, like, honestly, if Yun Xie wanted to do a Mad Max film, like another woman set in the Mad Max world, I would be really curious to see what that would like. I would love to see kind of like Alien was doing when they had like those Alien short films. I would love to see a true Mad Max film done by her, because I think like a 10-15 minute short would be fantastic. I don't really want to give anything else away. She does go ahead and meet this other woman that I really like the relationship that they had. I don't want to spoil too much on that front, but I'll simply say that who's played by Stevie Kinsella is what I'm going to go with, who plays Mavis. She has this connection with her that's very raw, that's very real, but I really like the conversation they have woman to woman. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but that conversation, and you'll know it when you get there, but the conversations that they end up having are quite intense and very poignant. Again, the writing in this, I think, is so well done. This flies by too. It's 75 minutes. It's a quick watch, but I watched this last week, and I won't lie, like I've definitely thought of some stuff from the film where I'm like, God damn. There are two there are two deaths in here, or not even deaths, but there are two very violent scenes in this movie that, oh man, there is I'm really excited for you guys to watch it, because when you get there, you're gonna be like, oh, what's going on? And then this thing happens. You're like, oh shit! And yeah, this shit really does. This shit really does get intense. So I'm telling y'all, like, I would highly, highly recommend this. And where the film actually ends up, I think is a very strong stamp. It's a very strong statement where this movie ends. And it's real that the last shots of this film are really going to give people a lot to chew on. It's going to be some intense conversations, some intense discussions, but what I really enjoyed the guts this movie has. And I think this movie has a very important voice that needs to be heard right now. So I give her all the credit in the world for making this, because this could not have been easy. Like, in terms of writing this is a very unpleasant thing to write, but again, fucking props all the way to everyone in this. This is a solid B for me. I really enjoyed this, and I'm excited to see what everyone involved in this film goes ahead and does moving forward. Like, I really like this. So, like I said, it's 75 minutes. It flies by. It is well worth your time. But check this out. You will not be disappointed if you check out Under the Burning Sun. Like I said, if you're a Mad Max fan, especially, you'll fuck with this. So yeah, a solid B for me for Under the Burning Sun. So yeah, y'all, have you seen? Did you happen to check this out? If you did, let me know what you thought in the comments. You can go ahead and follow the pod on Facebook at The Real Pineapple. That's REEL Pineapple, and Real Pineapple Games. You can go ahead and follow the show pretty much wherever you listen to podcasts: SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, TuneUp, and Samsung Podcasts, to name a few. You can follow the show on Blue Sky at realpineapple.bsky.social. You can go ahead and follow me on IG and TikTok for now at J Hunter Real Pineapple. That's J Hunter and then REEL and then Pineapple. And follow me on Letterboxd at Black Shazam. I am way too active on Letterboxd, but I fucking love Letterboxd. So go ahead and check me out there. And go ahead and follow the show, especially if you're into actually seeing my gorgeous face. You can see me doing live streams, see my video interviews. You can see find the show on YouTube at The Real Pineapple. That's REEL Pineapple. And follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/TheRealPineapple. I just did a live stream for my best of top 10 best films of 2024. So you can go and check out that live stream. That was a really fun stream to do. So for those of you who tuned in live, I appreciate it. If you didn't tune in live, shame. But it's okay. You're still fine. I will be doing a live stream on Friday. So that'll be Friday the 28th. I'll be doing a live stream for my Oscar picks. I will have my Oscar picks. And then Sunday the 2nd, I think I am going to do an Oscar stream. I'm going to figure out when. But I don't know if I'm going to do the red carpet too. I might. But I'm going to go ahead and do a live stream. Watch the Oscars live with y'all. So that'll be fun. So tune in for that as well. But everyone, thank you so much for listening. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Give someone a hug. Give someone a hug. We could always use more positivity out there. And never forget, as always, to keep it real.